Howdy, y'all. Uh, I excuse the nasally voice. I was just crying. I my ex is moving out fully tomorrow. Today she was over for a couple hours getting things organized. It was really nice to hang out with her. I mean, we're really good friends. We get along really well, and I'm gonna miss her terribly. Um, Obviously, I just wish that I could turn back time and undo that last day where I had that bad meltdown, and maybe we would still be together. But, oh, hey, buddy. At the same time, my life was, oh, hello. My life was stagnating. I was, oh, what's up, buddy? He just made a poop, so I think he's got that. It's called fecal euphoria. You get the poop zoomies. Um, anyway, my life was stagnating. Even though I was very happy in my relationship, I was not happy um, in my life, in my as a person, or like in my job. I didn't know how to fix things, and I mean, my partner is very, very giving. I've never, literally never, ever experienced such kindness in my entire life. And I'm ashamed to say that I took it for granted. I could even say I took advantage of it. The fact that she was so kind um, and so patient and thoughtful. Um, so, I mean, I did try. I loved her very much, and I would try. I would cook for her. When I would feed myself, I would always make sure that I fed her too. And unfortunately, I wasn't as I was doing things conditionally because I would. It's actually in my astrology birth chart. There's a section of it in this thing called the secret language of birthdays. It says I need to release the need to be mothered, and it says that I mother other people out of a desire to be mothered in return. And when I was 4, almost 5, I lost my birth mom, and she and I were really good friends. I mean, the pictures that I have seen from those days, uh, I was often standing right next to her while she was like hanging laundry or just whatever. And then she was gone, and the person I was adopted by, who was the matriarch of the family, was very, very, very abusive. And I wouldn't say that if it wasn't true, because this is not something to take lightly. Um, she was hitting me and doing horribly psychologically abusive things to me. Like within months, I was not even 5 yet, and it was already happening. So I'm lucky to be alive in a way. I'm lucky I'm not like criminally insane because of what I went through. Um, and it's no wonder that I have sought like my one true love or whatever since the time I was probably like 10. Um, And this was the first time that a relationship has ended and I wasn't feeling like, oh man, I gotta find a new partner somehow. It's never gonna happen again. Oh no. Obviously, I feel sad to be without my ex, but really, I would rather be healthily alone, growing myself and just enjoying my life independently. Um, I'm grieving her. In the past, I can honestly say that more than 50% of my relationships, well, at least 50% of my relationships were um, murky in terms of like what I wanted and what was my choice, because there were occasions where people were interested in me and I was taken aback by that, and I didn't want to be like rude, which is not how you should go about romance, like, or friendships. Um, I didn't want to be rude, and in one case, the when I was 20, I was someone came on to me who was 13 years older than me, and 3 months in, I felt like, this is really not, this isn't right. Like, I don't feel the way she does. And, like, I have to tell her, but I just don't want to hurt her. I can't do it. And, like, maybe it'll be okay. And it wasn't okay. I mean, I had PTSD because of what I went through, and autism. I didn't know about meltdowns. I didn't know I was autistic. And the PTSD was, like, really bad. I feel like I've healed a lot. Um, but yeah, I was like in deep misery for a long time, and I was single, but also something about being in a relationship like really triggered that stuff. It like dredged it all up, and it was harder for me to um, just be chill and like engaged in my own life, because I really am. I'm autistic. It's kind of a trait for a lot of us, but I was very content on my own. Like, being single usually didn't bother me. It wasn't until like after a relationship ended that I started to feel the the lack and the desire to be together with someone again. Um, but again, like I'm describing, most of my serious long-term relationships were with people who I felt ambivalent about the whole time, and even felt like wrong. Like, I felt like I I'm doing a bad thing. Like, I'm like being fake here, and I'm taking advantage of them because I don't want to be alone. But that wasn't at all how I felt with my most recent ex, Kayla. Um, like I said, we're like best friends. I've never felt so comfortable talk. I've never felt so comfortable being myself in front of someone, except for maybe, I know. I mean, I really can't. They're really, she is really the one that I felt the most comfortable in front of ever. Um, and it's a very big loss. But I think that the universe works in mysterious ways, and the fact that last Thursday I walked into that autism peer group and met somebody who has almost literally the exact same name as me except for one syllable difference. It feels both like, yeah, I'm supposed to get out there and make friends, but also I'm supposed to become closer friends with myself. And he's not me, I'm not him. Like, there's obviously really wonderful qualities in being different from each other and having contrast, but like, I don't want to just have a clone of myself, but it just feels like a kind of an on the nose weird metaphor of some kind. Like, this is your friend now. Like, I have never hung out with someone and talked to someone on the phone so for so long and had so much fun. Aside from my ex, I mean, and not actually, I don't feel as comfortable with him as I did with her, but it's you know it's fairly close. Um, he's a really good dude and really sweet guy, and he just wanted to play old PlayStation 2 games. Well, this one in particular I never heard of. It was called like the Hogs of War, where you're like these little pig dudes on this battlefield, and you take turns aiming at each other with different weapons and just trying to wipe out the other team. It was pretty fun. And then we played a game of chess, which he was very kind. He didn't want to frustrate me because I had told him that in the past I had a hard time losing because I would try very hard, and I would usually be playing against people who were much better than me, like my brother or one ex girlfriend was really good. And I'd be trying and I would never win, and it was just so frustrating and like demoralizing. But I think, you know, several years have passed. I'm going to be 35 next year, and I think my prefrontal cortex has solidified or something. And I wasn't really too fussed, as the British people would say. And oddly enough, I played a better game than I ever have. It wasn't important to me, but like I was beating him almost handily. I mean, he did beat me once. He checkmated me really quickly, but in the second game, he checked me, and then I averted him, and I was taking lots of his pieces, and it was just yeah, it was a chill, nice time. And tomorrow morning, when my ex comes with her friends and some family to move out of here, I'm going to be spending the morning with my new friend. And so I'm grateful for that. And I'm also grateful that I got unemployment. I heard on Thursday or Friday that on Tuesday I'm going to get my first debit card, and it'll be just barely enough to cover my rent, but like that's freaking amazing. I'm gonna lose my private insurance, so that means I'm going on state insurance, and that means that I won't be incurring so much medical debt or any, and I'll be able to um, just comfortably ignore the debt that I already have. I'm not giving any financial advice here, but I read online recently someone said that they had debt collectors after them for medical debt, and what they had to do was wait 8 years, a long time, but 8 years of ignoring their phone calls and mail, and then they had to legally stop. So, I mean, no one's. I don't know if they can garnish your wages. I don't know if they would do that, but I have enough to pay my rent and then like a tiny bit, like 150 bucks left. So I get most of my food at the food bank, and tonight I bought a medium pizza for like 20 bucks, and I only ate two slices and I'm full for the night. So if I do that like once or twice a month, I'll be okay. And I have to keep searching for work while I'm receiving unemployment, which lasts until next July, fortunately. So if it takes a while to find the job, then I have enough time to find one, I guess. Knock on wood. So yeah, I'm very fortunate and very lucky and very grateful, and I don't know if I am in a position to accept it yet because of the finances, but um, family down in California that I don't ever expect anything from in terms of support. I have a couple family members that I talk to on the phone often, but mostly I don't associate with people down there because of my background that I mentioned in this video. And um, they came together and decided to give me a vehicle that's been sitting in front of their house. They would have to pay like I don't know, $600 to $900 or something to get it street legal in California because of the tickets and stuff over the years. But that isn't the case up here in Washington. It won't be tied to me, and so it's more affordable in a way, but for them, but not quite for me. At least not until I find another way to secure a little more income because I don't want to. If I have 150 left over, I don't want to start paying like 50 some odd dollars for car insurance and then having to throw down like, I can't remember what it was, but like 90 some odd dollars for the parking permit. I think it was annually, um, which isn't too crazy, but I don't really have that right now, so I'd have to wait a bit to accept that vehicle. But it'd be great to have. Um, I've had my own vehicle twice, but they were both really small. I had a 93 Geo Prism and a 98 Mazda Protege, and both of them were in kind of rough condition. The Protege, I spent a lot of money on repairs, thousands and thousands of dollars to keep it going. And this car that they're offering me is a 1999 Honda CRV, which is in decent condition. They've done a couple repairs. They got to put some new tires on it, but like those are spacious. I could put a bit of stuff in there, and I could. My ex was saying today, like, I like to go to nature, and I couldn't really do that in my Protege because it was sort of in rough shape, and it's a small, low to the ground car. But you could definitely do that in a Honda CRV. So I have things to be excited and grateful for, and it is heartbreaking losing my best friend and best love that I've ever had. Um, but, just because I don't have her to love doesn't mean that I can't love my life through myself and the other people who are there and my cat and different things I like to do and all this, blah, blah, blah. So, if you're into Buddhism at all, you might have heard of this monk from um, Bodhinyana Monastery in Western Australia, Perth. His name is Ajahn Brahm, and he has talked about his father, who was a very great man, very um, important in his life. And when his father passed away, rather than feeling heartbroken and crestfallen or whatnot, what you might say, he said, if I'm remembering correctly, it sounds crazy, but I think he said he was from London, and one time in the 60s, he saw Jimi Hendrix and Jim Morrison perform together. And when his father passed away, he felt just like he had when he had walked away from that show. Like, wow, oh my God, I can't believe I just got to experience that. That was amazing. And I can sense into that about my ex. Like, it is amazing. I got to experience something like that in my life. It's not a guarantee by any means to meet someone that really lights you up and that you truly love and cherish and um, get along with. And wow, I mean, I benefited so much by reconnecting with her after the end of my last relationship. Like I said, I was kind of had often had this pattern. I don't know, think definitely not every time, but when a relationship ends, I would try to start dating. And in this day and age, that means you make a Tinder account or like reactivate it. And I don't really care for that stuff, but that was how I reconnected with my old college friend, my ex Kayla. So yeah, we already had rapport. We had worked together. We had lived together for 1 year in college. We, yeah, we knew that we liked each other, and then she came to hang out, and I felt like I was playing hooky. I was doing all the things that I loved with this other person who also loved those things and wasn't trying to change me. Um, and yeah, like I just really felt like I was playing hooky. It was like so much fun. It had to be illegal. And I'm just so grateful that I got to experience that because, yeah, it's just very lucky. It's totally, I don't know if it's pure chance, but I'm really grateful for it. Um, so, hey, with all that said, I'm gonna hop off for now and I'll see you in the next video. Hope you guys are having a lovely time whenever you see this, wherever you are, and take care.